You're watching Slingshot the podcast, the misunderstood voice, the culture's power. And today's episode is entitled Fly Like an Eagle.
Fly like an eagle to the sea. That was my song.
That's the Steve Miller Band.
Yeah, no
Steve
doubt.
Miller Band, 1976 hit.
Time keep on slipping. That was my
There we
song. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You know, that topped the charts, Billboard. That's like number 2 at some point.
Yeah.
We're telling our age with this one.
No, that was one of my mom used to date. My mom loved that song. Yeah. That was during the time a lot of the vets was coming. Like it was doing that. So that was cool. Yeah.
I mean, it was a good little hit because it mixed rock and funk and synthesizer sounds.
Yeah, that was during the time they were. What's that time when all of those people were together and free and going to those concerts?
Oh, you talking about?
I can't remember the name.
Woodstock.
Yeah, Woodstock. Yeah, I wish I had my applause. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, no,
was that the 70s or the 60s?
That was the 70s, right? Woodstock was the 70s, early 70s, maybe. I gotta look that up. Yeah, Free Love. They had all that good stuff back then. Let me look that up. Woodstock. Mm-hmm.
Well, fly like an eagle. So I think people might assume we're going to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles today. We are kind of rocked out in our green and black and white attire today.
Yeah.
You got the sweatshirt on. I'm looking at you.
You know what? It says 69. Yeah, concert held in August 69. Well, we right on the cuffs of the 70s.
Yeah, it's coming out of the 70s.
No doubt.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, the lyrics are pretty profound. We were talking about that earlier, is that, lyrics, I don't know if they're the same nowadays they used to be. They were always talking about revolution.
Yeah.
Social change with the lyrics. We're kind of in that period now where our music needs to turn into talking about social change.
Yeah, and music has been taking a hit lately. I don't know if you heard, but it's been, I want to say, like 20 years since hip hop hasn't been on Billboard, like in the top of the charts, which is interesting. And it could be a shift in music. It could be a shift in music, what people are thinking about as it relates to what they want to hear or the time that we're going in. Fashion is the same way. Fashion is cyclical, a situation that's happening in the world. People, lean a certain way when it was war. You started to see people wearing like the fatigues and, military style-esque jackets. And you saw a lot of that. But then, 60s, we was doing the glamour, they was doing glamour. And, we moved forward to like late 70s. You talk about Harlem Renaissance and you've seen a lot of that. I mean, fashion does that, right? So anything within the era follows what's happening within the era, right? Which is interesting. So, yeah.
Culture.
Yeah, it's culture.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you think about this song, Fly Like an Eagle, there's some, it's reminiscent maybe even of Native Americans, an ode to Native Americans in the lyrics, and that fly like an eagle and talking about revolution and let my spirit carry me. So, this was a time where people were really conscious and they were talking about protest and they were talking about anti-war sentiments and they were talking about environmental justice.
Yeah.
So music was deep.
Yeah. Look, correction. For the first time in 35 years, the Billboard Top 40 has no hip hop or rap songs.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, hip hop is 50 years old.
Yeah.
So that's, wow. Yeah. Interesting.
Has hip hop lost his way? Is it on its way out?
And they say hip hop is dead. A lot of people think hip hop is dead,
I can't even say that I listen to current day hip hop. I don't.
A lot of us don't. There's some, like you have your Kendrick Lamars and you have a few people out there that's still putting out some pretty decent music that I listen to. But, the new trap and all of the mumble stuff, I just can't get into. Rap. When you're a true hip hop head, certain music you don't listen to because you have a trained ear. Yeah. And so you listen for the musicality and you listen to the cadence, you listen to the catchy, so yeah.
Well, hey, shout out to Salt and Pepper and Spinderella.
Yeah, shout out to them.
He's got inducted to the Rock and Roll
Hall of
Hall of
Fame.
Fame.
Yeah, and it looks like they all on the same page for the first time.
Yeah, right. And Spinderella was the first woman DJ.
Yeah, I
Is that what it
think
was?
popular. I think the pop. I don't think she was the first woman DJ.
To
I
make
think
the
I think she was it may be first in the band.
Yeah.
First in the
Make
group
the-
that make the charts, popular charts. Because I do believe maybe I'm not sure. I gotta look that up too. Yeah.
All right. Well, as we were talking about Native Americans and possibly this ode to Native Americans and these lyrics, as I lead a voting rights organization, I can only think about right now being Native American History Month.
Yes.
As we're recording this today, it is Native American History Month. And leading a voting rights organization, there are some alarming statistics coming out of the Native American community here in Pennsylvania as it relates to those folks in that community being registered to vote.
Really?
According to the census data and voting age population, it's to the point where almost 90% of Native Americans in Pennsylvania who are eligible to vote, obviously, are not registered to vote.
Wait. You said not say that?
90% eligible to vote
That's
and not
scary.
registered to vote.
What is the reason for that? I mean, you're talking to them in the street. What is the
I mean, a lot of this has to do with the reasons a lot of people aren't registered to vote, just not really feeling
90
politics.
though?
It's a high number. And
That's-
maybe it's about engagement and not folks engaging their community and providing civic education in a way that might move some folks to actually join the electorate. Yeah, it's an issue.
Yeah, it's something. That's a astronomically high number. 90%.
I mean, we're coming off of, what some will call Columbus Day.
Who?
We'll call it Indigenous Peoples Day.
There you go.
And I went to a powwow in
Right.
Philadelphia on that day. And, I'm engaged in the culture and
Yeah.
enjoying it and supporting the vendors there.
Yeah.
But they're also in the back of my mind thinking, I just wish I was here with like a tablet getting folks registered to vote.
So that's literally blowing my mind. So is it that they don't know or feel that it's important to them? I mean, what is it? Because I know that they have been advocating a lot just for space and protection of their locations and culture. Like, I know they have been advocating. I have a friend, as a matter of fact, who she's a makeup artist, and she's been really active with getting information out about indigenous rights and things. So I'm just curious as to 90%.
Yeah, it's something within Pennsylvania that needs to be discussed. I have some partners out in the ecosystem, in New Mexico and Arizona, and they do awesome things around Election Day. They will ride to the polls on horseback.
Wow,
and make it a
amazing.
day. It just has to be a beautiful sight.
Yeah. It has to be something. Now I'm be thinking about that. It has to be something that they don't know or that they do know.
They do know.
Which is causing
Right.
them not to
vote.
register. Yeah.
Well, as we were talking about this band, right, this one particular band, today, I think you and I were earlier talking a little bit about Blue Eyed Soul, right? Because the Steve Miller Band, this is 1976, but there were so many others ahead of them and after them when we talk about Blue Eyed Soul.
Yeah,
You have any
yeah.
favorites when you think about Blue Eyed Soul?
Yeah, I mean, I have a few. I know that for those, what is Blue Eyed Soul for
Yeah.
those who don't know what
Right.
that is?
So to me, Blue Eyed Soul is white folks that are singing soul music, or for me and my friends, as we try to gather and have contests about who can name off more Blue Eyed Soul singers or most popular. I think it's white singers who sing soul music
Who sing soul
and do it well.
Yeah. Or for those who really want to understand, it's white folk who sound black. Let's keep it a buck. White folk who sound black. Or you grew up thinking that that's a black person, like Tina Marie.
Yeah.
She was one of them. I mean, God, her voice was amazing. The Amy Winehouses, right? Beautiful voice.
Right.
Who else is out there?
Bobby Caldwell.
Bobby called everyone.
Yeah.
It blows everyone's mind when they hear that.
Right.
Yeah.
No, there's been so many. And then current day, you think about like Sam Smith. But it's the greats from back in the day.
Yeah.
Like the Average White Band, the Doobie Brothers, the
The
Bee
Doobie.
Gees.
What's interesting about the Doobie Brothers? I never forget the Doobie Brothers because of the episode of what is it? When Rerun.
Yes. I remember that episode.
Rerun snuck the tape recorder in the oh man, that was
Michael McDonald came out of that.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's wow. I used to run home from school to see the rerun. My older sister used to watch that all the time, and D was one of my favorites. You know, Roger, no rerun.
What's happening now?
What's happening now? Yeah, but what's happening? It happened on what's happening.
Yeah.
And then what's happening now was the remake.
Right.
And but yeah, when Rerun on what's happening snuck into the concert, and he had the big tape recorder. Can you believe how big the tape recorder
were?
Wow, man, that's funny. Yeah, no, for sure.
There's more. I think about John B. You know, I think
John
about
B.
my high school years.
Yeah,
and John
no,
B.
for sure.
His music.
Yeah.
Taylor Dane.
Taylor Dane. Yeah. Who else was in there? Robin Thicke.
Oh yeah,
Robin
you
Thicke.
Robin Thicke.
Yeah, for sure.
Some might argue Justin Timberlake.
JT. No. You know he. Yeah. You got to give it to JT, I guess.
But the most successful in this moment is like Adele.
Yeah, Adele. And Adele is a beautiful person too. You know, she lost a lot of weight. She was very vocal about her weight loss journey, and the love she had for music and the folk.
Yeah.
The love she had for the folk. You know, and so, you know, she get love from me just simply because of that. When you acknowledge the music and acknowledge the roots of the music, you always going to get love from me. The problem is, which black folk always had an issue was like, if you take something, just give us the credit. That's it.
Elvis Presley.
Who?
Right.
You know,
if you're going to take something, give us
he's
credit.
going to give us credit. Just like we always talk about music. Public Enemy said Elvis was a hero the most, but he never meant to me because flat out racist. Because it was simple and plain. Other F him and John Wayne. You know, and so when we make sure that we hold those accountable who did this justice to a black community, you know, because I mean, for a while, remember Frankie Lyman?
Yeah,
they wouldn't even put his face on an album cover because they were scared that if they found out he was black, the music wouldn't sell.
It was like the reverse. It was like a black artist that sounded white.
That's right. That's right. And so music has a soul piece to it, and you gotta love it. Yeah.
And now you're right, though. We appreciate artists who emulate the music, but also show appreciation for the culture and the history behind the music.
That's all you got to do. Just show love, because we've been hoodwinked and bamboozled for so long, right? For eons, history, decades, you know, and, you know, over, you know, even when we want to talk about, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years, I mean, our blues, They took our blues and reworked it, and even we can get in the country. We created so much music that we are, you know, colonized out of the culture at the point. Even as I think of your dad and all of his collectibles and the cars he had, we've been ice skating and playing hockey a long time. So much so that we, you know, it appears that black folk has nothing to do with ice hockey.
Right.
And we had some of the first teams. You know?
When you learn about black ice, and,
that's right.
We were on those skates.
That's right. Bringing up. And the funny thing about thinking about that was one of your first episodes, and this is one of the last ones, right? So bringing it full circle, shout out to Dad. Yeah,
shout out to my dad.
Yeah.
He has probably, I would say, the largest collection of black hockey player cards in the world.
Yeah, that's right. And if you watch the episode, you'll see some of the books.
Yes.
I mean, big, thick books that we brought out where some of those trading cards was in there. And it was just amazing to see some of the black hockey players, black ice. Yeah, for sure.
Well, today's episode is entitled Fly Like an Eagle. So we are going to talk about some sports.
Yeah.
And we're going to come right back after this break. And we're going to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles a little bit, because we're here today in our green and our black and our white.
Go Birds, yeah.
Go Birds. We'll be right back. You're watching Slingshot the podcast. This is more than just a podcast. This is a movement to inspire and motivate and mobilize. This is for those whose voices have been unheard, misunderstood, undervalued, and underserved. We're going to talk about sports, culture, entertainment, And we're going to use this to build power in our communities. You're watching Slingshot the podcast, the misunderstood voice, the culture's power. And we're back for the next segment. And here we are going to talk about sports, and particularly the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out to the Eagles. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
You know, we're coming off an election not too long ago.
Yeah.
And my tagline throughout the election was, Go Birds, go vote. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go vote.
Go vote. Yeah, there you go. Make sure you don't bet on the fantasy team, though.
No, not fantasy. We're going to get into that in a second. Oh, my goodness. What's going on? What's going on, AJ?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so it's expensive.
Yeah.
Football games are expensive.
Yeah. That's why I want to go.
Super Bowl, I could never afford.
Absolutely
I don't even think if I had the money, I'd want to spend it on that.
And if the Birds go back to the Super Bowl, if Jalen or maybe AJ, if he's still around, invite me, please, so I can come.
I just want to experience it, but I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, I can't afford it. But please.
Well, you know, I was recently in Pittsburgh ahead of the election. I went out there to do an event, and I didn't pay attention to the calendar when I went out and booked this event. And I booked my hotels last minute. So I get out to Pittsburgh. I hadn't booked my hotel yet. I'm driving into Pittsburgh. I'm checking out Expedia. And I'm seeing that the hotel rooms were starting at $650 a night for like a 3-star hotel. They were starting at $650 a night. So I was like, what is going on? And then come to realize the Steelers had a home game, which jacked those prices up.
Yeah.
I mean, they were starting at $650. They were going up to $1,700. I just thought that was ridiculous.
For the Steelers game, no doubt. Yeah.
It's expensive. That's too expensive for a hotel room for one night.
It really is.
12 hours in a room.
12 hours in a room for, too much money.
It was too much money.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And so it got me thinking about the fact that the NFL draft is going to be in Pittsburgh next year.
Okay,
April
shout out to
23rd to the
Pittsburgh.
25th.
Yeah. Yeah, the draft is going to be where?
In Pittsburgh.
Where? Do you, in the stadium?
In the stadium, yeah. Well, some of the activities, I'm sure, yeah.
For sure. Wow. Might have
So
to
the
try to
hotel
take a
rooms are
ride.
already jacked up for now. They're starting at $500 right now. So if you're trying to go to this, you better get your hotel
Better
room right
hurry
now.
up.
Book it now because they're already jumped up to $500 a night.
Jeez. Already.
Yeah.
For the draft.
Price gouging. I call that price gouging.
You know who is in contention for the Heisman? Do you know?
Who's in for the Heisman?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't been watching too much college football this year.
Yeah, well.
I've been too busy with that election.
Yeah, the election's been crazy.
Well, there's talk about divas.
Yeah.
You know, Philadelphia, we're known to have some divas on our team from time to time.
Yeah, we are. You know, it's all good. You know, they talk about AJ. I would die to sit down with him and have a discussion and see what's actually going in his head. You know, what's in his head. I know he's been having some challenges on the team, mentally, not necessarily physically, but I know that he's been having some challenges. I would like to know what's actually going on with him. You know, I mean, you're winning, and you know, to your point, a win is a win, right? But he feel otherwise. You know, I know he was recorded pretty much talking about the fantasy team and, you know, don't play with them and all that good old stuff. But, you know, I'm wondering why he's in such a funk. You know?
I mean, he did an extended interview and he talked about how he wanted to be part of the wins.
Yeah.
He wanted to feel like he was proactive in the wins, and he was participating in those wins, and wasn't feeling like that was happening for him lately.
Well, I mean, he's still, see, AJ he's going to go down in history as one of the greats. And even if you don't happen to play, it's people that's hurt on the injured list and they don't play, but you still got a ring.
Yeah.
And he's been a part of last year's, you know, win, and he's good. Yeah. He's going to be all right. He all right.
Yeah. You know, he said, if you have me on my fantasy team, you should get rid of me.
Don't.
I'm on your fantasy team, you should get rid of me.
Nah, we ain't getting rid of him.
You think he has a beef with Jalen Hurts?
Nah, not really.
Not the way that Terrell Owens had a beef with McNabb?
Yeah. See, he no, I think that's a little different. I just think he's in a little bit of a funk right now. He's a deep guy, though. AJ is a deep guy. Terrell, he was just terrible. You know, but McNabb was a little arrogant also, and Donovan was known to be a little arrogant, and it could have been just, two A-type personalities that was bumping heads. Pretty much give me the ball and I know that I can score, and the other one like, no, I'm the quarterback, I'm the leader, I do what I want. And it's probably a lot of that. I'm not sure if that's the case with AJ and Jalen, but I will say that, I don't get that from either one of them, as AJ being arrogant, as Jalen being arrogant. I don't get that from either one of them. Both of them, I mean, you do have a leader, which is the quarterback, and Jalen, but AJ, he's who he is. Yeah, I like him. I mean, I don't, just stay around. Let's get your head right, get your mind right. We need you here.
I mean, AJ was commenting on these really close wins and saying you can't slap a Band-Aid on what's happening here.
No, that's real, because they don't want to acknowledge that it is close wins, right? When you should be doing better. And I believe he made a comment about the offense. The defense is D'ing. They're doing amazing. But yeah, the offense has some work to do. I think every interview that they mention about the offense, but the offense are making plays. So yeah.
So you think the wide receiver position is just full of divas or full of showmen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what make them great.
Yeah.
That's what make them great. You look at, that's what make them great. You look at the Sanders, right? You look at all in order to be great, you act great. And all of them are A-type personalities to do what they do, right? And I don't know one who have been either quiet or docile. Part of what make them amazing and able to make those unbelievable plays is the personality that they are. You have to be able to live pretty much on the edge to make on the edge plays.
Yeah.
So
back in 2006, then at the time Andy Reid was coach of the Eagles.
Yeah.
He made Terrell Owens, T.O., he made him apologize to McNabb because he thought that this was like wrecking the locker room. And
I can see that. Because, this is the thing that a lot of people don't get. And by no means am I a sports analyst. I talk in entertainment and fashion, some politics. But, when it comes to sports, that's not necessarily my domain. But what I will say is, if you are the quarterback of a team, the coach has done a lot of research to look at who he is about to draft, give a lot of money to, and able to direct and orchestrate the team.
Right.
You have to find somebody who is strong enough to do that. You need people to follow you and know that you can make any play that you possibly can make. And the players have to respect that, right? And so if you have that type of personality, again, for them receivers, you need, again, a receiver that can make those dynamic plays, and more than likely they will have that A-type personality too. And so some are easier than others to learn how to be a follower when necessary and not always be a leader, and sometimes let someone else lead. But others, I don't think they get that memo. So, yeah.
I'm not going to put A.J. Brown on the same level as the Terrell Owens. Because, he was really going through it there. Like 2005, he had such beef, not only with McNabb, but with the Eagles itself, the program. He wanted to play in some summer league. They denied him to play in a summer basketball league. He got really upset about that. There was a point where he was rocking the Dallas Cowboys jersey on the team plane. I mean, he said that Brett Favre, was a winning quarterback and that the Eagles would be winning if Brett Favre was their quarterback. I mean, he was really going through it.
That was him taking shots at McNabb. But I will say a lot of Philadelphia fans was very angry at McNabb because a lot of us felt that he didn't possess the grit that was necessary to close games. And we essentially lost the Super Bowl because of that, so yeah. But I mean, McNabb is going to go down as one of the greats also, especially in Philadelphia. He was a great player. I can't even fathom what it feels like to be a quarterback in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
That's, so like I said, I pause with the criticism a little bit, but yeah, McNabb was great, but it's kind of like you're there for a reason. You got Philadelphia behind you, and Philadelphia is probably one of the hardest fan base that you will ever come in contact with. And so the expectation is definitely there.
Yeah. We're rocking our green today.
That's right. You
Kelly
got
green.
it. Go
Kelly
Birds.
green. Go Birds. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about who people usually associate with being divas. We're going to talk about some women and some women leagues that are popping up. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Slingshot the podcast, the misunderstood voice, the culture's power, at New Millennium Multimedia Studios. Welcome back. You're watching Slingshot the podcast, and today's episode is entitled Fly Like an Eagle. So we're coming off the last segment. We were talking about our team, our Philadelphia Eagles. Go Birds. Go Birds. We're rocking our Kelly green today.
There you go. Go Birds.
And we were leaving off talking about what some may call divas or showmen on the football field.
Yeah, it's okay.
Many would associate women with being the divas, but I don't think that's necessarily the truth right now. But I know this, women are starting to get paid.
That's right. Get that bread. They're getting that shmoney.
They're starting to get that money. And gender equality is important, So we're talking about NFL football. This is a men's league.
Yeah.
We're talking about NHL hockey. Well, let's talk a little bit about this women's baseball league.
Yeah.
The WPBL.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. Finally.
Yeah.
They deserve it. When I think of that, right before we get into that, I think of the formerly Tanny Dragons with Monet Davis, who was a phenomenal player, phenomenal pitcher, and which led them, I believe, to the World Series.
Yeah.
And so she did an amazing job, and it's cool to see somebody out of Philadelphia who was balling like that, who led a boys team.
Right.
Right. And so as we talking about women baseball, I mean, she's the pitcher that I believe she might even have something to do with that. I think I read a story. Will be playing in the league.
Well, they expect for her to be a top draft pick.
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to Monet Davis, man.
Davis, yeah.
Sure.
Little World Series.
Yeah, World Series. Yeah, Little League World Series.
World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Williamsport. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, the Women's Baseball League, the WPBL, Women's Professional Baseball League, it's about to launch. They're about to have draft day.
Yes.
And there's going to be 4 teams in 4 cities at this time. They do hope to expand into 6 to maybe 8 cities in total as the team continues to grow, as the league continues to grow. But right now, the 4 teams are going to exist in Boston. So you got a baseball town there.
Yeah.
Boston, L.A., New York, and San Francisco. So big places to have these leagues. Nothing in Philly. So, maybe Monet gets drafted in New York and gets to stay on the East Coast.
Yeah.
We'll go up to Boston. But I wanted to pinpoint a very interesting statistic, which is the salary cap of professional baseball for women.
Mm-hmm.
The team salary cap, are you hearing this?
Yeah.
$95,000.
$95,000 team salary cap. I'm not mad at that. I think that for something that's brand new, for it not to necessarily have sponsors and the support yet, for them to create a full team, an ecosystem and marketing, I think that's a fair cost for something that's brand new. And I believe it's not the season. I have to look it up, but I'm sure the season is long. They probably work to a full season. I don't know.
It's a very short season.
Yeah, it's a very short season. So
short season.
They can do something else, and I'm sure during that time they'll make money by endorsements, some other endorsements, some deals, some appearances and things of that nature that they get. But I'm not mad at that at all. Yeah.
Well, if there are 15 to 25 players on a team, right, and you got a salary cap of $95,000, you did the math. What is that?
That's like six. What is it? I think it's
$6,000.
Like $6,000, 6 something grand a year. In addition to, again, like all of the other stuff. I'm sure, again, the NIL, right? not necessarily college NIL deals, but regular name, image, likeness deals that people will want to support. Like, can you imagine Monet Davis being sponsored by Tiffany, their Monet, or something like that? You know what I mean?
Right.
And so if they play their cards right, I mean, you being a huge brand of something that a woman's baseball player will be the face of, I think that's pretty big, especially like a Wawa where it's all in Philadelphia, and they actually is it Wawa one of the Eagles, I believe, has a Wawa
endorsement right now.
Endorsement right now. The Hoagie or something. Saquon Barkley. You got to go get this X for the Saquon, right? So, I think you'll see a lot of opportunities like that will subsidize some of the costs. Yeah.
Well, when we talk about gender equality, you talk about equal pay.
Yeah.
You have to give it up to the tennis greats.
Yeah.
Serena and Venus.
Absolutely.
Give it up to the two of these sisters who made sure they got that money and made sure all that came behind them got that money too.
Yes. I mean, sure they got that bread.
Yeah.
No, that's a big deal. I'm super excited about that. But it's just one thing to say that, people are they're making history. Things are happening and there's some movement that's being made. So that's a good thing. Yeah.
I know you're in love with one story, a softball story.
Yes.
Go ahead and tell it.
So this sister, I'm very proud of this sister. Black female college softball player makes history as the first to sign over a $1 million NIL deal. Najee, I believe that's how you say it, Najee Kennedy, a 22-year-old African-American woman, has become the first college softball player to get such a substantial amount. And you're talking about over $1 million for an NIL deal, college, the first ever. And I was fussing a little bit earlier because I felt like, and it was some press around this, but I felt like I should have heard more people talking about this particular deal because this has never happened anymore. Right. It's never happened, right? And so I'm sure because it is, it may happen again soon. And as I'm speaking, looking up and doing some research, I believe they signed her again. That was just 1 year.
1 year, yeah.
That was 1 year. And
$1 million and living expenses.
So I believe the full cost was like 5224 or something like that. Part of the 52,000 went to her living expenses. The 24 went to her number to support her number.
Okay.
Yeah, and $1 million went to her. The collective Texas actually, got together and was like, "Yo, you deserve that." Funny thing, they was only going I believe, try to sign her for like something slow, like 50,000 or something. They was asking for like 60,000 or something like that, and they said no, she deserved more.
Yeah.
Right, and you're talking about still a patriarchal, good old boys community that was like, you know what, this sister deserves more. Let's amplify her and give her the bread that she deserves.
I mean, she went to Texas Tech. They're not really known to be a powerhouse softball team.
Never really known, never.
Right.
Which she led them to a championship.
Yeah.
So she deserved that bread. Shout out to that sister. Yeah.
Texas Tech, Big 12.
Yeah, I'm not surprised though. I'm Texan known for that oil money.
They got the money in Texas.
Everything's
in bigger in Texas, even NIL.
The wallets are bigger in Texas. Yeah, so I'm not surprised that they was able to come up with the money. But she definitely deserved the props. This sister, go, sister. My sister doing some big things, and kudos to her.
Some will say that the women don't get paid like the men do because people aren't watching them play the way they watch men play. Yeah. And I'll say this, in a former life, I worked at ESPNU and the SEC network in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And part of my job was actually to watch softball games and log softball games. I obviously did a lot of the SEC networks games. But there were so many that worked with me who didn't want to work these softball games. They want to sit there and watch these softball games. But I thoroughly enjoy it. These women could play.
They can play. Not only that, and I implore you guys. I feel like I'm advocating for them, but I implore you guys to watch some elite playing softball games because they're first of all they're short.
Yeah.
The field is a little smarter, but the game is short. It's faster. Yeah. It's faster. In addition, though, and this just popped in my head. Shout out to the American team, the U.S. American team. I believe they're in China right now, the World Games, and they're dominating.
Yeah.
From America, softball. Like, yo, what do you like? Where's the visuals on it? Where is the amplification?
Do you have a preference of women playing baseball or softball?
Softball, women. I mean, well, yeah. See, you can't say that men do it better because Monet, you talk if you come up in it, like most baseball players at this point begin young.
Yeah.
So some of these women got some arms. I think, however, softball is just different. The women players on these teams are amazing. I don't think even men could do what these women. I shouldn't say that, but I don't think men could do what these women are doing. The way that they're playing, even how they're going for the balls, the splits from first base, catching the ball, the grit. They make the game fun. Guys really don't make the game fun. Why am I saying this? I'm gonna get beat up. Guys don't really make the game fun. Guys are stringent. We straight to the let's make a play. Let's get it. They on a field partying though. Like, I mean, we got another team like, the Hannah Bananas that's a little bit more entertainment first. That's a baseball team, men's baseball team that's a little geared as entertainment first. But they're pro players. But the softball and now like the American team, which I'm sure is like the professional level, and now, this baseball team, I don't think the baseball team will be exciting as the softball. But the women's softball, y'all have to watch women's softball. Yeah. It's amazing, man.
You feel about women's softball the way I feel about NHL hockey.
Yeah.
Would have thunk it. We're up here talking about women's softball and NHL hockey.
Yeah. But no doubt. But go watch your softball and improve. Leave a comment. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Yeah. Leave a comment because I'm telling you. You will be amazed at how exciting those games are. Kudos to those sisters that's playing it. The games is just amazing, and I want y'all to watch a game and prove me wrong. But I guarantee you, I want you to say, you know what, Charles Gregory, you right. That was a great game.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say, when I was in my ESPNU days, and there at the facility there in Charlotte, Valentine.
Yeah.
And there was, I couldn't get some teammates that want to come in and watch these softball games, the gymnastic or the lacrosse. I had to do the lacrosse games because nobody wanted to work the lacrosse games.
Yeah, lacrosse, yeah. That's another exciting game, lacrosse. And there's some players, man.
Hey, it's a great way to end this episode.
Yeah.
We're going to end on lacrosse. As we talk about right now, as we're filming this, it's Native American History Month.
Okay.
Right, because it was Native American sport, lacrosse.
Yeah.
So if you never watched a lacrosse game, I encourage you, pick one up. You can watch it on ESPN 2 or 3. Those games will come on. Catch a lacrosse game. I have a lacrosse stick in my house.
Okay.
I keep one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Lacrosse stick in the house.
Yeah. I got an honorable mention. Rugby.
Rugby? Oh,
yeah, the women's rugby team, man. They balling.
Yeah.
They balling. No doubt. Yeah, for sure.
Well, we're going to close out today's episode. Man. Episode 19. This is it.
19, this is it.
This is it. We got one more to go.
Yeah,
hope,
so
those of you who've been with us.
To say goodbye.
Just to this year, right? Just to this season.
Yeah,
we hope. We hope to be back.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So as the lyrics say, and fly like an eagle, I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. And with that, we hope your spirit carries you along the way. Have a great one. Thanks for watching Slingshot the podcast. I'm Kadita Kenner, and you're watching Slingshot the podcast, the misunderstood voice, the culture's power.